Hey guys, so we are going to upgrade another rifle. So this is from a buddy of mine. I'm not going to mention him, but we're pretty close. And he wants me to upgrade his combat machine and turn it into a DMR. We like to call this some sort of redneck rifle, because it just suits his personality with all the piping he has done here. It's kind of it's an odd looking rifle, but we just want to make it a sleeper gun. We want it to look like trash but perform amazing, so hopefully that's what we can do today. Originally there was a pipe little suppressor here. I don't know where that is, but we have our own suppressor to add on to here. That way we can increase the inner barrel length. Right now stock it has a 363 millimeter barrel, and we're gonna swap that out with a 509 millimeter type bore barrel. And yeah, we're pretty much gonna turn this thing into a DMR. So I'll just do a time lapse and hopefully it'll turn out into a good video.
Imaginez la marche triomphale.
Okay, well, that was a little bit of a hassle. There was a lot of tape, and a lot of annoying set screws, and that's about it. A lot of the wires didn't want to give, which was somewhat of a pain. One of the fuses was blown a couple days ago, so I replaced the fuse. This is a front wired rifle, so the battery sits right there. And this rifle, it's so old that these ends were just kind of, they're pretty much stuck together, so I kind of had to rip them off, but that's all right. You had to do it in order to get the barrel and stuff out. Anyway, so this is our upper receiver, and this is our half of our outer barrel, and this is the stock inner barrel with the stock hop up, and we are going to swap that out with a Mad Bull Ultimate 6.01 type bore barrel. It's a lot longer than the stock barrel, that's for sure. I can't even get the entire thing in the shot. There we go. So it's quite a bit bigger. And then we're going to go for this SHS aluminum hop up instead of this G&G hop up. So the guy's been having a lot of feeding issues with his gun, so hopefully this fixes it, because one of my other friends, I replaced a hop on his gun because he was having feeding issues as well, and that fixed his problems. But that was a different hop up. That was a Ace One Arms. Actually, I have it right here. It was this hop up unit right here. This is from my personal rifle. Amazing hop up unit, but this should be better than what we have going on here stock. So I'm gonna swap out the barrels. I'm also gonna flat hop the gun, so it should give it a lot of range. This here is flat hopped, so yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. There we go. So now the barrel and the hop up unit are in place. Hop up unit is flat hopped as well. So that means everything in our upper receiver is done. And now we're going to go to the gearbox, work on compression, and shim the gearbox as well. And then that should be it. Okay, so I cracked open the gearbox finally. Some interesting things. The kind of forgot what these are called. These bearings. They're not bearings. Whatever these things are called, I quite forgot the name. But these things popped out on their own, so that's kind of neat, but it shouldn't matter because we're going to reshim all of these. So yeah, even on the other side. See, like that one's about to fall out. I could probably, there we go. So, oh well, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Here we have all our compression components. Wow. See, normally these G&Gs, they have a green O-ring around the piston head, but apparently this one doesn't have one. A green one. Let's check the compression real quick. See, now the thing I've noticed about these combat machines, even mine, I have a G&G SRL that's pretty much a combat machine as well, is that these things really work with momentum. See, now if I put a lot of, like, it's decent, but now if I go very slowly, it's pretty bad. See, now it's not perfect, obviously, so we're gonna fix that, of course. We have a different cylinder head. So here I have some more parts for the DMR. We are going to swap out the cylinder head for a double O-ring cylinder head. This is a very, very nice cylinder head. The one I had in my personal gun had an O-ring at the bottom, and I had a metal piston head, so the thing made a lot of, you know, dinging noises when I shot. So I put a sorbo pad at the end of it so it stopped making the noise, because it was pretty loud. Then we've got an M130 spring. This spring, I'm not sure what it is stock. I'm going to assume that it's either M90 or M100, so this is going to be a huge step up. We also got this high torque motor for the gun. It's extremely torquey, like it's super hard to turn this pinion gear. So this is an amazing motor. So this is definitely going to be able to pull this spring. And then lastly, we have got a Type 0 cylinder. So this is for so a Type 0 cylinder doesn't have any ports on it compared to this cylinder, which has a port on it. It all depends on your barrel length. So we've obviously got like the barrel we have now is almost twice as longer than the stock one. So This is meant for barrels that are 450 plus, and this is meant for 363 barrels roundabout. So yeah, so we don't need to use this cylinder anymore. We're going to use this one. And yeah, all we really have left to do is shim the gearbox and put everything together. Alright, so I put the cylinder head in the cylinder. It was a huge pain, which is a good thing. If it's hard to get on, that means, you know, the air is gonna stay in the cylinder. It's not gonna leak, it's not gonna go anywhere. But since it is a double O-ring cylinder head, it's still not sitting properly yet, so I still need to adjust it, but at least it's on for now, so we can tune it up later. I'm stretching out the O-ring of the piston head around the cylinder. I heated it up with a lighter so I can stretch. I'll leave this for around a day or so, so it stays stretched, and then we'll put it back on the piston head, and then hopefully it'll be okay. Then after that we'll go to the shimming. Alright, we're back. So the gearbox is shimmed, and now it's just time to put everything back together. I'm gonna time lapse this too, and then I'll show you the end product. And that wraps it up for this Redneck rifle build. It was a pretty fun build, even though it was met with a lot of annoying things along the way. It was satisfying. The 9.6 battery couldn't pull the M130 spring, so I had to use an M110 spring I had lying around for now. Maybe in the future we can put a MOSFET in here so the customer can run an 11.1 LiPo, because that would up the trigger response by a lot. This build can still shoot at a very respectable range and consistency. The accuracy is also amazing due to the 6.01 Type bore barrel. I personally love the look of the stock and the mock suppressor on this rifle, as it gives it a very unique look, especially that piping. He's definitely gonna have people ask about that one. Now this thing is ready to be handed over to the customer. He says he's going to give it a Vietnam era paint job and then call it Sheila. Hope you guys enjoyed this project, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I have some awesome stuff planned.
If I wasn't making music, I'd be in the trenches. If I didn't, I'm the feds, my band would be endless. If I wasn't making music,